What's up guys, King Killen here. Today we're going to go over the old age argument of keyboard and mouse versus controller. As we see more cross-play games coming out and people switching to PC or asking if they should hook up a mouse and keyboard to the consoles, this is becoming a hot topic once again. Well, today I'm going to go over everything and give you my opinion on the advantages and disadvantages of both mouse and keyboard and controller. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below to help me out. Alright, first, let's talk about mouse and keyboard. If you're a controller player switching to mouse and keyboard, expect a massive learning curve. If you think you're going to get on, hook up your mouse and keyboard for the first time, get on there and be the best player out there, think again. It's not that easy. I tried for a good 3 weeks switching from controller to mouse and keyboard, and let me tell you, my stats suffered. Now, there's things that I know mouse and keyboard have an advantage with. Quickness of turning, accuracy, and not only that, the mouse and keyboard hotkeys, man. Mouses, like my mouse I have, has 6 customizable buttons on the side, and you can program to literally whatever you want. So literally, you don't ever have to take your hand or your left hand off your movement keys in order to sacrifice or miss that timing on those shots. This is a big advantage and something that I love. Takes a little bit of learning to learn what buttons are what and how to customize them or what you want it to be. But once you got that done, it becomes a lot more comfortable, movement becomes more fluid, and it just becomes a lot more comfortable to learn how to play. Another advantage of mouse and keyboard is mouse sensitivity. To hit those precision shots becomes a lot easier once you learn how to fine-tune your movement, and in the game it becomes more comfortable and you improve on your flicks where you can quickly turn on somebody and hit those no scopes. Though this takes time to practice and get comfortable with, it is a major change from a controller. And if you master it, it can pay dividends in the long run. There's a lot of programs out there that help you improve your mouse accuracy and your ability to flick out there. There's one program that I used in order to get better. It's called Kovac 2.0. It's a great way to improve your mouse and keyboard ability in order to get better. If you practice for maybe 10, 20 minutes a day before you play, it's going to help you tremendously and help the learning curve become much more faster. This is a great program to use in order to help you improve on your mouse and keyboard skills. They got a lot of different options in there to help you with the new movement to mouse and keyboard. Tracking. Man, let me tell you, horrendous the first time I tried this, man. The movement, it was choppy, wasn't nearly as smooth. I had to learn how to get my sensitivity, my DPI settings correct, and learn how to control those small movements in order to track to hit bodies. And man, it took a while for me to learn this. Not only that, it's got other options in there like flick, which is an important skill for mouse and keyboard players. How this works: centers up a ball in the middle of the screen. Every time you hover over it, it spawns a random location of body. And then at the end, once you've cycled through the 30 or 40 bodies or whatever it gives you on that level, it then gives you increasing difficulties in order to help you improve your skills day in and day out. You can do this as many times as you want. It gives you scores and quick tips at the end to help improve your aim and your fluidity with the mouse. Alright, number 2, the controller. The good old controller. What most of us grew up playing on and still play on to this day. Number one thing that most people say that controllers have an advantage of: aim assist. The number one thing you hear mouse and keyboard players complain about when they get killed in any game. Now, this is a major advantage, but I believe it's balanced because mouse and keyboard have advantages that controller players don't, such as the precision, the flick, the quickness of movement. Now, when you're switching from mouse and keyboard to controller, the learning curve is almost non-existent. Most of us played controllers before we switched to mouse and keyboard. But with new controllers coming out with back paddles that are customizable and programmable buttons, it's become a lot easier to compete with mouse and keyboards. I remember when I first bought my Scuf. I didn't like it at first. I had to retrain myself on how to use a controller. I used to shoot with the bumpers. With the Scuf, how it positions your hand, I had to learn how to shoot with the triggers. And to me, that was a major learning curve. And the back paddles. At first, it was awkward for me to press the back paddles. Never used to having them. It was something new to me, and I had to learn how to program to get them to do what I wanted them to do or know what the best setting was. I learned once I figured out what I wanted to program them to in order so my fingers never have to come off the sticks. This helps with movement, quickness. I can switch weapons. I can then jump. I can slide. I can melee, all without ever taking my thumbs off the sticks. This could be the difference of getting killed or getting the kill in the game. I recommend, if you're trying to become a better player, to buy a controller that has programmable back paddles and customization options, such as like the Scuf. I have the Vantage 2, or the Xbox Pro Controller 2 I know is another good one that's compatible with PC and also the Xbox, if you want to try to get better and get that little advantage over normal controller players and kind of compete with the mouse and keyboard players. But if you're an everyday player looking to get better, but you don't want to go through that learning curve of switching from the controller to mouse and keyboard, I say spend a little bit of money. Go buy a little nice fancy controller like the Vantage 2 or the Scuf like I mentioned earlier. This will help improve your movement and your gameplay. This is what I choose personally, and I'll never go back to just a normal controller and the mouse and keyboard, though there is a learning curve and I didn't seem to like it that much, and I just seem to play better with a controller. I'm more comfortable. It's got the customization, programmable buttons on the back, and I just like to do it. I'm not a sweaty player all the time. Sometimes I just like to casually game with my friends like most people do, blow off some steam. And if I want to get more competitive and I want to play a little bit more sweaty, I have the advantages of that controller with the programmable buttons that has an advantage over the normal controller players. And with that, I'll leave it for you guys to decide. I hope this kind of gave you a little bit of my insight of what I do personally to help you make your decision on if you want to switch, if you want to go through the learning curve, or if maybe you just want to go upgrade your controller. It's all up to you guys. I'm telling you, always personal preference of what you think you do best. So please leave a comment down below telling me what you guys play with, or some opinions of what you guys think. And with that, have a good day, and I'll see you next time.